William, Duke of Cornwall, and, as of 2026, the man quietly dismantling a piece of his own billion-pound inheritance, on purpose. The Duchy of Cornwall isn't just a title, it's a working estate created by King Edward III back in 1337, automatically passed to the monarch's eldest son, spanning roughly 130,000 acres across 21 to 23 counties in England and Wales. It funds William's public, charitable, and private life, along with Kate and their 3 children. In the 2024-2025 financial year, it generated a distributable surplus of £22.9 million, around $30.9 million, a slight dip from the year before, but still, by any measure, an extraordinary private income. By June 2026, William's newly released Integrated Impact Report revealed something unusual. He isn't just managing that inheritance, he's actively reshaping it, and reshaping it by making it smaller. According to reporting from The Times, William plans to sell off roughly 20% of the Duchy's billion-pound property portfolio over the next decade, redirecting around £500 million toward housing, renewable energy, and environmental restoration. Will Bax, the Duchy's chief executive, explained the philosophy behind it plainly. The Duke, he said, talks about the seesaw of ensuring that we create optionality by being commercial where it's easier to be in order to really double down on need. In plainer terms, sell where it makes sense so the estate can invest harder where it matters. And William has been explicit about what mattering means to him. Bax said the prince decided the duchy shouldn't just exist to own land, it should first and foremost exist to have a positive impact on the world. The 2026 report backs that up with real numbers. Plans for 2,500 new homes, 900 of them affordable, $6.9 million already invested in environmental programs, a 20-year vision for restoring the Dartmoor landscape, ongoing peatland recovery, and an expanding duchy-managed Atlantic rainforest. Tregoodin Farm in Cornwall has become the estate's first focus farm to hit net zero emissions. Investment is being concentrated in 5 heartlands, believed to include Cornwall, the Isles of Scilly, Dartmoor, the Bath region, and Kennington in South London, rather than spread thin across the entire historic footprint. Reporting also connected part of the strategy to Princess Diana's legacy, tying William's social investment focus back to causes his mother championed decades earlier. One decision inside the same June 2026 report stood out for a very different reason. Dartmoor Prison, a Category C facility near Princetown in Devon, has sat closed since July 2024 after dangerously high levels of radon gas were detected inside it. Under a lease agreed back in 2022, before William even inherited the duchy, the Ministry of Justice continues paying rent on the site while the government decides what happens next. William instructed the duchy to remove that rental income from his own accounts entirely, choosing instead to reinvest it locally rather than keep it as personal or estate income, while the prison's future remains unresolved. It's a small line item next to a £500 million overhaul, but it lines up with the same theme running through the rest of the report. Money that could simply be collected is instead being redirected somewhere it might do more good. That same 2026 report also marked a genuine first. William publicly disclosed that he paid £7.76 million in tax during the 2025-26 year, the first time he's ever made that specific figure public. It's voluntary. As Duke of Cornwall, he isn't legally required to pay income tax on the estate's earnings at all, a quirk of the duchy's centuries-old structure. He does it anyway, and has for years, but choosing to publish the exact number is new. Taken together, the 2026 Duchy Report tells a fairly unusual story for an institution built on inherited land and centuries of tradition. An heir who's treating a billion-pound estate less like a birthright to preserve intact, and more like a tool to actively spend down in the right direction, selling a fifth of it, reinvesting prison rent he didn't have to give up, and publishing tax figures nobody made him publish. Ambitious, by his own estate manager's account. Whether history remembers it as reform or simply good timing will likely depend on how those 2,500 new homes actually turn out over the next 10 years. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more royal updates.